Yo, what is up with y'all, man? I hope you're doing good. If you're new and you're a fan of the NBA, subscribe to this NBA channel. So let's get straight into it. So in this video, I'm not taking this idea too seriously. It's just a fun topic to run through your mind. But if the Bucks really wanted to go after LeBron James this offseason, then they would actually be able to, if they just get rid of a few contracts. And if they do, then this LeBron James, Giannias Antentokoumpo duo can actually come true. Arguably, two of the most physically imposing players on one team. Now me, I'm just sweating and crying and keeping all the other teams in the NBA in my prayers because ain't no way they touching that Milwaukee Bucks team if LeBron James joins alongside Giannias Antentokoumpo. It's raps, you have no chance! Don't get it twisted, I'm not crying because I ain't no baby. These are tears of joy. But before we talk about the fit, I ain't no bitch. Let's discuss the moves the Bucks would have to make on their roster. I don't know if you noticed, but the Milwaukee Bucks really don't have any horrible contracts on their salary. So that's a good sign, but they still have players who aren't really worth what they're getting paid. Excluding that boy Tony Snell because he's been doing his thing on the offensive and defensive side of the floor for the Milwaukee Bucks this season. So anyways, I'm almost 100% sure that the Milwaukee Bucks would like to keep Chris Middleton and Eric Bledsoe because those guys are borderline all-stars and they are under really good contracts for what they produce on the court. So in my eyes, I'm almost 100% sure that the Bucks will keep Chris Middleton and Eric Bledsoe. So let's talk about other players that the Milwaukee Bucks are going to have to get rid of if they want LeBron James on their team. Tony Snell, sadly, Mirza Teletovic, John Henson, and also Matthew Dellavedova. All of those players are just about making the same amount of money per year, $10 million. And if the Milwaukee Bucks find a way to trade away these four guys, which shouldn't be hard because these guys aren't trash, they're actually really solid players, then they'd be releasing $40 million from their cap space. And then they'll be able to sign LeBron James to that $35 million a year contract that he'd most likely want. And then the Milwaukee Bucks would arguably be left with four all-star players, two of them being all-star caliber players. Eric Bledsoe and Chris Middleton, and along with that, of course, Giannis and LeBron. That's their big four. And then at the center position, hopefully they can start Thon Maker.
Garbage.
Cause I ain't gonna lie, that man taking a minute to develop. Damn, I'm blackish.
What is you looking at?
He's been a disappointment this season, so hopefully he can end up filling into his potential as soon as next year and be the player that he's supposed to be. But that will be the projected starting lineup. Now, there's something missing about this team. Do you realize anyone gone? I didn't mention Jabari Parker. I don't really know what the Bucks want to do with him this offseason. He's a restricted free agent this summer, and the Bucks are going to have to make a move on him first. Now, don't get me wrong, Jabari Parker is a really talented player, but he's had multiple season-ending injuries, and he's just 22 years old. And it's rumored that the dude wants a max contract. This got me mad, bro. Who we trying to finesse like that, coach? Hey, look, I ain't gonna lie, Jabari Parker is a max contract type of talent, but right now, hell no, I ain't giving you no max. What the? Gotta fight me? He's not getting that max until he can prove he can play a full season in the NBA. And so far into his young NBA career, he's only played one season where he's been completely healthy, and that was his sophomore year in the league. Now, a few weeks ago, some whispers came out saying that most likely the Milwaukee Bucks would offer Jabari Parker anywhere from $16 to $18 million a year. Now, if the Bucks want LeBron James, they're gonna have to let Jabari Parker walk in free agency. I think if the Milwaukee Bucks got any type of hit that LeBron James wanted to play in Milwaukee, then they'd trade away all those other four players and they'd let Jabari Parker walk in free agency. I don't care what anybody said. I'd rather have a 33-year-old LeBron James on my team than a 22-year-old injury-riddled Jabari Parker. I do also gotta question their depth though, but I'll get into that later into the video. The potential of that Bucks team with LeBron James would be absolutely ridiculous. They could potentially run a small ball lineup of Bledsoe at the 1, Malcolm Brogdon at the 2, Chris Middleton at the 3, and Giannis and LeBron James holding down the paint at the 4 and 5. This team is must-see TV. Their small ball lineup is full of length. And also another thing that I noticed about that lineup, excluding Giannis Antentokoumpo, everybody is actually a decent three-point shooter. Bledsoe, he's not a natural shooter, but he's still very capable of making threes. And LeBron James, we know about him, he has actually grown to be an alright three-point shooter in his career. This team will be deadly. Giannis would be able to play off the ball with LeBron James, and LeBron would be able to find him for easy looks. And man, if you thought the Milwaukee transition offense was scary enough, just imagine how good they will be with LeBron James on that team. And don't even get me started with the defensive potential on this team. It'd be even more of a problem on the defensive side because everyone in that lineup can hold their own. These players are lengthy. They can switch just about everything on the court. And I don't know about you guys, but personally, if the Cleveland Cavaliers end up getting smacked in the finals, which I think would probably still happen, I think LeBron James should actually consider joining the Milwaukee Bucks rather than the Houston Rockets or San Antonio Spurs or even the Philadelphia 76ers. Look at the direction Giannis is heading towards as a player. With Giannis being young and LeBron being towards the end of his prime, Giannis can take on the heavy lifting once LeBron starts declining. And then that's when the torch will be passed from LeBron to Giannis Antentokoumpo. He wouldn't have to join the loaded West full of heavy hitters. He could just stay in the East alongside Giannis. If you're gonna bring up the Philadelphia 76ers in this discussion, we all know what the problem is for the Sixers. It's Joel Embiid. Can that man stay healthy? We don't know if he can stay 100% healthy throughout the season. So the Milwaukee Bucks would be his best bet in my opinion. But that's just a wild idea. I don't think this will actually happen. It's just a fun thought. Was this fun? To me it was fun. I don't know about you. But this is the end of the video, man. I appreciate you for watching. Give this video a like. Like I said, I appreciate you, and I'll get right with you.